This summer, there has been a significant increase in violent crime across the West Midlands. Knife crime is at a 15-year high. Could there be a link between this increase and reductions in youth services? Well, some youth workers we've spoken to suggest there is. Birmingham is to cut £5 million from its budget from 2017-2019, which will affect some youth services. Meanwhile, in Staffordshire, 30 youth clubs are to close, while in Warwickshire, they have cut youth services by spending by more than half. And Worcestershire is to reduce its spending by 60%. Our special correspondent Peter Wilson has been investigating.
A Sunday afternoon in broad daylight, gangs armed with knives and machetes attack each other in Sparkhill, Birmingham. It's been a summer of violence. Since June, 10 people have been fatally stabbed across the West Midlands. But why now? This woman, Alison Cope, fears the answer might be all too simple. Years of funding cuts and lack of resources for young people.
If somebody's naughty and getting into trouble, why are you going to invest money into them? Well, if you don't, this is what is going to happen. They're just going to, go on to potentially make the wrong choice.
Alison's son, Joshua Ribera, was fatally stabbed 4 years ago. The teenager was a rising music star. Alison is looking for funding to expand her own anti-knife campaign, but says the upsurge in violence is itself putting pressure on young people.
Young people are going around scared, and what do they do to protect themselves? Carry a knife. And so it's a vicious cycle.
Across the country, £400 million has been cut from youth services since 2010. The Quantum Gateway in the centre of Birmingham hosts a number of charities and voluntary groups, but it could soon close. A group of youngsters are trying to follow the musical career of Alison Cope's son.
If places like this were to close, we wouldn't have things such as this on. For us personally, we wouldn't have our music studio because this is where we make all our music.
We see a lot of young kids come through here who maybe haven't got better things to do, but when they come to music, it occupies them and it keeps them from off the street and doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing.
Every item in this place has been donated free of charge. The sofas come from a nightclub which went out of business. A big industrial company gave the cable drums, which are now being used as tables. There is no central funding for any of the work which goes on here at the moment. It only stays afloat thanks to the chocolate vending machine. Across the city, St George's Community Hub in Newtown has already closed down. It was home to more than 30 youth groups. It lies in the heart of Birmingham's gun and gang territory. The projects gave youngsters hope and inspiration.
We became their family. St George's was something that they owned. It was a place that they could go to, and all of that has been lost.
Bob Tyler is the former director. Now retired, he's still involved in voluntary work, but did St George's really prevent crime?
When we were running the summer holiday programme for up to 1,000 young people, crime dropped by between 40 and 45% in the Aston area, and it was so significant that government ministers were coming to Birmingham to see what it was that we were doing.
Samantha is one of the youngsters whose life was changed by St George's.
So we had opportunity really to choose carefully of what options we have. Either we go the right way or the wrong way. The right way was for us to be part of this youth group.
Samantha starts university in the autumn. She has a baby boy and bright prospects, but funding everywhere for young people continues to be cut. Peter Wilson, BBC Midlands Today, Birmingham.